So this will be World 1 and World 2 will be exactly the same as last race. War barrels, we will be chasing every single level of World 1 and World 2, and we will be wrong warping. Now that I have more time, that we all know what will happen, there is some things about wrong warping that are important. For example, getting an invisible object. This is the first way that you get an invisible object. It's by beetle clutching. You have to get hit by a beetle while you are on a throwing animation, which is significantly easier with Dixie, but with Diddy it's still possible. If you do so, the beetle will kind of hit the other beetle and die at the same time in a very weird way, and will make you end up with an invisible object in your hands. And every object in this game, which is not a banana or the monkeys, have an ID attached to it, a little number. So the object you have in your hands will have an ID, and if it's an invisible object, it will be another object in the map that has the same ID as the invisible object. And if you match the ID of this invis with a warp barrel or any kind of transition barrel, let it be a warp barrel or a bonus barrel, you will, if you throw it, you will glitch it. If you throw it to the left, the barrel will try to throw you to a null location, which in this game corresponds to out of the stage and to the map. And if you throw to the right, the barrel will try to shoot you up to almost an infinite status. So you will be thrown all the way to the top of the stage, and you will end up soft locked. So you have to be very careful where you throw. Both players not to... Ooh, Waffle getting a little more fakes there. Kanis ending up in 2 minutes 12 seconds for World 1, which is very good. But Waffle got trolled by Crow very badly. So in 2-1 we see another form of invisible object, which is through clover busting. The clover has this little mechanic that he actually breaks if you take an object on him. So if you try to take an object with the clover there, he will be destroyed and you will end up with an invisible object too. So there is 2 stages in this game that we use clover boosting to do wrong warps, which is 2-1 Hot Head Hop and Chain Link Chamber. And there's a third way to get an invisible object, which is a kind of beetle clutching that you do with a platform. The only stage that we do that is in Bramble Scramble. So you have to know these little methods, and you have to have a like kind of a good notion of the IDs and which object got spawned first and stuff. Because, for example, in wrong warps like in Madhole March, you actually have to spawn a little object, which is like an explosion animation, which has an ID, in order to make it correctly. So you have to take care of your IDs for the wrong warps, so you don't mess up. Ken is now on Cleaver. I am very much expecting that he will go for Lava Fly. Same for Waffle. Waffle getting a little better RNG for Cleaver than Kanis, but still not too big of a deal. Now, a second part of the lava fly is very important. You have to bait Cleaver into attacking you. as Canis is doing right now, because that's actually the trigger for the hooks to spawn. If you damage Cleaver before he does that attack, you actually will not spawn the hooks, and you will be doomed because the only thing that you can do to get out of that situation is to kill yourself and start the fight again. For now, good word 2 for both players. And now, ooh, kind of a little slip off on the roads. This thing about going to the basics of rolling and jumping the has been the tonic of practicing for getting the 40 or a sub 41 30, because basic movement in this game can actually be very hard to optimize correctly. So we saw Canis trying to roll again too late, and if you don't jump after certain rolls, you will get stuck in the ground and losing all your speed. You have to be very careful when rolling. So you roll deep, of course. Speaking of very difficult movement optimizations, we can see how Waffle catch a little ground, made a little ground just by movement, and now if Canis is not careful, Waffle can sneak and take a lead on this stage. But still, Canis, very skillful player, very likely that he gets a very good glimmers. Not too many important stuff to see now for both players. Both players getting very clean glimmers for now. Ooh, Waffle bunking a little bit on a corner that he didn't want to. Having to slow down a little bit. Okay. Canis get the kibble swap. Tyros to kibbles, unfortunately. Just kidding. Now in Crackhead, both players going into Crackhead, very clean glimmers for both of them. A little slip up for Waffle, I mean, but still very good stage. This lead is not a lead whatsoever. I mean, it is a little lead, and I expect it to be this close for a long time until, or if we see some deaths, which we hope not. Ooh, unfortunate for Waffle. Got stuck on that grid and lost Didi. Losing Didi in that part actually loses you a lot of time. Dixie being the overweight monkey that she is, very much slower than Didi. But still, we use her for a lot of stages because of her flutter ability. So, still useful, at least more useful than Donkey and that other guy from 3. Both players in OS Komodo. I haven't seen any OS Komodo now. Now the Rattly Y and Rattly Beast emotes are the fashion now, but I still like OS Komodo a little better. So these players know their cycles and their cameras very well, and they actually will be going for all the things in this stage. There's another thing that I didn't mention about Rattle Battle. You actually can jump and land on the very ledge of a barrel or a surface, and you will get a little boost, and also you will be able to jump a second time in the air. So that is called ledge boosting, and we use it in some parts of Rattle Battle. A little optimization the stage. Now both players going for Swamp Warp. I always say Swamp Warp. Swamp Warp is the wrong thing. Slime Climb. Ooh, Waffle throws a little too early for my taste, but still gets the wrong warp. Very good. That little slip off in Crackhead broadened Kanis' advantage a little bit, but still this is a no lead. In a manner of speaking. Another thing that I didn't mention is in this stage, these barrels are actually not trivial. There is a thing called quick shots in this stage. There are some barrels that are facing at the same direction that you want to go, but you have only a 3-frame window to shoot that barrel until the barrel turns, so you want to have your rhythm down to these quick shots. Waffle getting the vine clip. That was the vine clip that we didn't get to see on last race, unfortunately. Kanis and Waffle get the vine clip with no issues. Very good that they got it. And now both players going for cut gel. I very much expect that both players know how to count, so both players will be going for the quick shots. I know that Kanis is a player that tries to go a little more for safeties than Waffle is, so I wouldn't be surprised if Kanis didn't go for quick shots in Cudgel because of the high risk that it involves, of course. But still, Kanis being the top player that he is, of course knows how to do it and has no problems with it. But still, you don't want to give that that little chance of failing it and giving up your lead, of course. Still, Ken is pretty confident with his counting abilities, so Ken is no problems with Kajal. Waffle meanwhile doing just fine also. Very good. A little wiggle there. I wasn't sure. Maybe he does it on purpose. Interesting things. Interesting stuff. Now these players of course will be going for the most optimal honey climbs. The hardest ones. Good setup for scroll. So alongside with the very hard honey climbing and scroll, there is not too much to say about this stage. The only thing that I will say is that this stage is actually very treacherous in the platforming regard, because some platforms are actually not flat and can kill your rolls. No players today got issues with it, but still it's a thing that you have to take care of, rolling in the correct spot so you don't get stuck. Now both players go for target terror. And of course, leader skips and trying to do the optimal minecart jumps are the norm here. Still, not too much to see here. Probably we will be seeing Kanis going for the swag balloon. He is a very well-known fanboy of it. Too much to see. There's a little touch thing about that bow leg that Waffle just picked up. It actually lags the game a little bit. It's of course not too important for a speedrunning or for an RTA perspective, but still it's a thing that exists. And you of course want to save those frames. Kenny is now going for... Of course he will be going for Swap Balloon. Of course he will. Ooh, Waffle bailing out of the second flitter skip. Interesting safety there. And Waffle doesn't go for Swap Balloon. Yes, another smart person among us. Just to say... World record doesn't have Swag Balloon, just saying. Ooh, first try Rambler for Kanis, very good. Okay, getting the clash correctly for Waffle. Very nice. First try for both. None less that I expected, very good. Waffle maining the corner. Little good placebo there. It's been a really race so far. Have to agree. Both players bobbing the FS links now. So, well, nothing too much to see here. Do you remember that I said in Content Hall that you save time by jumping up slopes? Well, here you actually lose times by jumping up slopes, so you don't want to do that. Jumping down big slopes still saves you a little bit of time. Ooh, guy number 9 being a little of a guy here. Okay, no problems. Still no problems. Ken is now going for Madhul March. Number 1 guy was the guy who was a trouble for Canis, but he didn't die. That's the thing. That's the thing that matters. Let's see what kind of strat Canis goes for in this stage. Oh no! Canis dies at the start of the Eagle Pit. That's so unfortunate. Well, DKC2 for Joe. Waffle taking it a little slower for the Eagle Pit and goes through without dying. So that's very good. Oh, that's so unfortunate for Canis. You are very likely to die on Eagle Pit. It's a thing that will happen to you from time to time. So... Waffle now going for wrong warp. He knows his stuff, I expect him to get it. And he gets it, very nice. And is now towards the wrong warp setup. And there, if you remember, there's a little thing about these beetles. You have to shoot one, and when that explosion animation is there, you want to spawn the other beetle, so it has the correct ID. It's a very quirky wrong warp. Very technical. It's very impressive that it's possible in RTA, to be honest. Both players getting the big boy in Rumby Rumble and Waffle getting the biscuit. The biscuit. There's a there's a thing that I didn't mention about this, which is super jumps or super damage boost, if you want to call it that way. But still, under certain circumstances, you can get a higher jump that you will normally. We saw that actually in Slime Time, a stage in World 3 in which you get a really high damage boost. I don't know if we will see it again, but in Rumby Rumble you can super jump by taking damage intentionally in a little section. Well, now this game being the good old SGQF game that we all know and love, Chief the lead again, and now Waffle's on the lead on the king. He obviously knows his script very well, not attempting to go for 2 cycle, which is maybe the wise idea. And dethroning the king with no issues. Kanis not having problems with the king either. Now, for these guys, well, if you know this stage can be relaxing actually if you go for safeties. It's not very hard, but if you go for the optimal stuff, this stage is terrifying, and you will lose runs going for the optimal stuff here for sure. Ghostly Grove has these little quirks about ropes. Okay, Waffle going for back ropes. There is 2 ways to approach. I mean, there is 3 ways to approach that last rope that you have to jump on Ghostly Grove. One of them is like Waffle did, is picking up or grabbing the rope from the back, and the other one is grabbing it from the front. Can it go for back ropes too? Wise idea. Front ropes can lose your run with no question. And the other way to do it is actually despawning the cloak, so you can go and grab the rope like naturally you will do. So both players go for the back rope, which is kind of the middle ground strat. It's still very hard, but a lot more safe, a lot safer than front ropes. Ken is getting that little swag jump in Chubak's library. We also call this stage Chubak's library because our little friend Chubak is here following us, trying to give us a hug, or well. So this is the saving the frames autoscroller. Both players going for the jumps that are required to optimize this stage, and of course not pressing any button in the D-pad goes to one hand. Like you said it. I didn't want to say it because I knew someone in chat was going to. Oh my. Oh my. Even, please. Well, Waffle now travels in Chubak's library, now in Gusty Glaive. Well, not too many differences to see here than in last race. The only thing that I will say is different from each player is the way they approach this pillar section that Kanis is in right now. No problems for any of the players. Of course, Waffle going for the team throw that set up the gold swap at the end. The struts here. Oh, doesn't get the DK coin. That's kind of no stock points there. Oh, come on. No problems for Waffle in Ghastly Glaive. Now for PCP. Both players, I expect they both are going for 1D strats. Charles to that midpoint parrot that Waffle didn't grab. Very good section by Waffle. Now going for the headbutt. And he doesn't get it! Oh no. This can be bad. I hope it's not. Okay, he gets through with the help of our little friend the parrot. Ooh, Kanis got. Oh no! Kanis got the slip off there. If you slip off that first ledge in that section, you actually become unable to flatter, and you will have to. Unless you are the task, you will have to kill yourself and try again. So, Kanis more and more behind. Unfortunately, Waffle no problems. Oh well, alongside with that headbutt miss in PCP, no more problems for him. Kanis get the headbutt though, which is good. And no Waffle going for web goods. I hope we don't see casualties here. Okay, he will go for up in 3, 2 and 3, no problem. Eagles please. Okay, another dangerous section, Eagle Pit. No problem for him. Now for the second damage boost. Gets it, and now 1, 2, 3 and 4. You shoot and then leap of faith, and we are through, everyone. Okay. Doesn't get the keybox there. CLC is still a thing. Everything's a thing. This game is a thing, isn't it? Oh, speaking of the thing, Kanis doesn't do the thing and dies in webwoods. Kanis having a really race right now. Very unfortunate for him. Very stressful level to watch. I have to agree with that. It's a lot more stressful to play. If you ask me. No, Kanis, no, again. And another death from Kanis. Are we stepping dangerously into the infinite area? No problems for Waffle now for Crow 2. Kanis. Maybe he died a third time. I got distracted, unfortunately. What? Why? No. That has to be the worst death, dying there in the leap of faith. You almost got through everything. Oh no, we are now in full infinite mode here for Kanis, unfortunately. So painful to watch. Well, at least in Waffle's side, Eduardo is not being a pain for him. So no problem, I guess. Yes, he gets through just fine that part. So he knows Eduardo very well. Doesn't get trouble there. Get that little slide that we do there. The objective of that slide is actually to get the goal without activating it, because the game, if you go through without touching the ground, the game actually thinks that you had enough height to activate it and you trigger the rock animation from Dixie. Obviously you don't want to do that because you lose a bunch of time that way. So now for Windywell. Windywell, as we say, last race is this half auto-scroller, half ghetto-biz part of the run. Kanis at last through Webwoods and now fighting Crow 2. Oh, slipping a little bit on that ropes. Not a very good thing, but still he didn't lose Didi, which is the essential part. Actually, it's not a big deal to lose Didi here, still, because you actually have to swap to Dixie in order to dodge the Didi wrap. Ooh, that setup for Waffle for the ghetto looks so, well, ghetto, and I thought he wasn't going to get it, but he got it just fine. It has to be the setup that he always does. Oh, now Eduardo being Eduardo for Kenny's right off the bat. He will be... Oh, he still despawned the buffer. That's actually pretty interesting. Well, Eduardo, please, if you can face the right direction. Well, no problems for Waffle for Windy. Well, now Waffle carrying his companion barrel until the selected spot to emulate her. Of course, as you want to have both Kongs in this stage, because you want that barrel not to have a Kong, you want that barrel to be empty, so, and in the end you want to take a damage boot, so you can lose neither the barrel nor the monkey nor Didi in this stage. If you do either of those, you will have to kill yourself and not only kill yourself and start again. Go kill yourself, go back to Arctic Abyss to get Didi back, and then go back into Castle Crutch. So you lose a massive amount of time by failing this elevator glitch. Fortunately, it's not that hard to perform, but still it's very prone to failures if you are having D-pad issues or you are not paying attention, or I don't know, if you'll get distracted or something. So you have to be very careful still, not a trick to sleep on. Now for Arctic Abyss, not too much to see here, only good platforming and the fact that Dixie's animation while running is a little lower than it should, and you actually can sneak under that B just by running. Kanis gets the Ghetto Beast too, no problem for him. His setup looked a little better than Waffle in my opinion. Well, Waffle is the guy, he's one of the top players, so I better not question him. Yeah, Waffle now is having a really solid run. So far, very little mistakes from him. Now, Chainlink Chamber. This is the last wrong warp of the game, and this is the other one that we do with Clover busting. There is a little guy with a barrel down there that we want to get an invisible object of. Can it get it with no problem, but throws too early and doesn't manipulate the camera quite good. So he has to enter the bonus, kill himself in the bonus. So he restarts the enemies and try again. So welcome to bonus game for Waffle. This has to be very, very devastating. Because I don't really know, but he was having a very good run. Still, he gets it second try, no problem. And now for Toxic Tower, more rightly double jumps, or I would say Eduardo's double jumps. So Eduardo here is useful, so we might call him Bradley here. He deserves to be called by his name and not Eduardo in this particular stage. I mean, he's Eduardo only with this next P that Waffle will be going. No, Waffle! No, please. Go back there, please. Okay, here's a strat that I really don't like that some players do. And they try to go for a true double jump for that barrel. And I find it to be very, very dangerous to do so. If you fail it, you can mess up like Waffle did there, and well, this stage is so deviously made. So if you fall through one of those little holes, you will most likely fall through the entire stage. Very costly mistake for Waffle there. If Kanis didn't get those deaths in Webwoods and in the other stages earlier, this could have been a very good chance to catch up for him, but well. So, well, alongside that little mistake, World 6 for Waffle was pretty good. Heading towards World 7 and the last wall before K-Rule. Nicely done for Kenny's first try on CLC. And now Kenny's going for Toxic Tower. Let's see how he does. Okay, Waffle not going for the jump. Wisely done, I would say. Oh, nice rope climbing for him. Still took his time, so he made sure he doesn't get hit by the Demon Bee there. Not going for the newfound strat of golds of fanfare skipping. Good idea, I would say. Nice bearing skip there. Meanwhile, Ken is going for the damage boost in the barrack section. Kenny's corridor for Waffle. That's so odd to say, Kenny's corridor for Waffle. That will be more awkward when Kenny's is on the Kenny's corridor. No. Please, boys, please. You can pause the restream if you want those. Now Ken is getting baited by K-Rool in World 6 into Screech's sprint. Meanwhile, Waffle fighting our good old friend K-Rool. Still not too much to talk about. I didn't notice if Kenny's went for the jump or not. What am I doing watching K-Rool? There's nothing to watching K-Rool. Unless someone dies on K-Rool, which has happened. Good shots from Waffle for the K room. There's a SNES controller back there. You notice correctly, Casantus. He did not go for the jump, okay. Yeah, it is kind of funny. The background of this stage is actually pretty interesting. It has a lot of assets from DKC1, which is like a little big, a little fourth wall breaking thing that this game has, other than Cranky. The fact that sometimes the stages some stages or parts look like studio sets. It's really it's a neat thing that they add in. Alongside with Cranky's house, I would say that Cranky's house is the most interesting place to watch in the game. Meanwhile, of course, Waffle finishing the last section of K. Rool. And GG for Waffle, finishing with a time of 42.02. So, congrats for the win. Okay, let's see if we can get Waffle here for a little interview. He says that his mic will be failing. We hope not. Meanwhile, Kenny is of course going for the second part. Going for Blue Diddy, being the swaggy kind of runner that he is. For the fans, Blue Diddy actually losing the time there, but well, any other runs after this? Actually not. No more runs for DKC2. I don't know if there will be another event for the channel. Let me check up real quick. So no, unfortunately we won't be having more events today other than DKC2. Ken is meanwhile finishing with a time of 44.03 for SRL. GG for both players, very good race. As good as it gets for a race setting of this game. Unfortunately, being the punishing game that it is, we saw some death, but still very good race for both. Meanwhile, Kenis gets in. Hey, Kenis.
Hey, Waffle's here too. GG.
GG for both of you. Waffle, congrats for your win. Waffle was saying that he has some problems with his mic. I don't know if he can hear us.
Oh, okay. Well, great race, man.
Yeah, good race for both. You were very close up until I don't remember where was it, but
It was Mudhole was the turn of the tide, so about
oh
halfway through. Yeah, we were like
oh yeah,
between 10
you were
seconds
very close.
apart for the whole first half. And then I think for me, Mudhole started basically a gradual tilt.
Oh,
Let
I
the
can
nose
see that
get to
happening.
me. Then PCP happened, and then by the time PCP and Webwoods or PCP and Mudhole happened, then that set the stage for that Webwoods experience.
Oh yeah, the Webbots experience. That was very painful to watch. That's so unfortunate
Yeah, we've all been
for
there.
you, man. Your Word 6 was very good though. Waffle got some slip off in CLC. He actually missed it once, and then he got a very important slip off in Toxic Tower.
Oh,
So
really?
he was on a really good pace for this race up until that moment, which was very unfortunate to watch because he was doing so well. But well, no, not to not
I wish we could
to
get more insight
close
from
the lead
Waffle
that he
here.
had. Excuse me?
I wish we could get more insight from Waffle here, but
Oh yeah, I wish to, but well,
probably pretty happy with his run. I wish him luck next week.
yeah. Uh, where is it now? Oh yeah. So now, Kenny, this was your last run for the tournament. Anything you want to say for your
No, man,
goodbyes?
I had fun. Yeah, best of luck to everyone else who's still in it, and excited to see who the champion ends up being. I'd I think it'd be cool if someone from the losers bracket comes back and puts up a good fight. Maybe get like a sudden death sort of.
Ooh, yeah, that would be interesting. I mean, there's a lot of good runners in losers bracket, so
Yeah, yeah. At this
it's
point,
very
everybody
likely.
has like low 41s.
Yeah, it's very likely to see an amazing comeback here from any of the guys. So very hyped for that for the next races.
Yeah, man.
So, well, now speaking of your continuity of your career of PKC speedrunning, how do you see yourself?
Um,
Do you think you will be keep running this game? I mean after ADDQ.
yeah. So I'm sure you probably told everyone, but me and Waffle are both actually going to be racing again at HEDQ. So I'll be playing this game quite a bit up until then. After that, just gonna follow my whims and see how I feel at the time. I will never truly give up this game, and I think I'll be playing it when I'm 60 years old. But at the same time, I think my PB is about where I want it to be. I'm pretty satisfied with it. So it doesn't matter too much anymore. Just play it for fun.
Oh yeah, for sure. If we lose that playing for fun, what else do we get for playing video games?
Yeah.
So very nice to hear that. And as Canis was saying, in AGDQ there will be a three-way trilogy relay race featuring Canis and Waffle and Boyd and other DKC runners. That will be very hype. I actually have the honor to be commentating that in Spanish for the Spanish stream, so that will be very hype in all ways possible. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
wish you both very good luck for that race.
Yeah, thanks, dude. I'm looking forward to it.
So yeah, me too. So with that, guys, and with congratulations for Waffle for his win, he will be facing Namux for his next race. So be sure to check that out. We now are saying our goodbyes for the tournament for today. I don't really know where we'll be having more DKC2 races, but check out the schedule to catch up with all of them, so you don't miss out of this really exciting tournament. So again, thanks guys for joining. Waffle is here, he's hearing us, but he can't talk. Thanks for racing, everyone. Thanks to this guy for the restream, of course, and thanks to everyone who is in the chat for watching. These things are made of you. The audience is very important, so thanks everyone for sticking up and watching the races. So I'm signing up now, so thanks everyone to bear with my English. Bye guys. Bye Kanis,
all.
G again, GG Waffle,
Thanks.
and bye this guy. See ya.